Hello, my name is Christian Keenan, and my informative speech project is on Japan. So, Japanese culture is a mesh of traditional family values and a rapid development of a new democratic society. The quick pace of development Japan has gone through in the past few decades has resulted in a unique culture. Japan is a combination of democratic ideas and traditional Asian values. The reliance on a strong home life fused with a long work schedule results in a very busy life. All my research is provided by Nina Evison, Comm, and Point Park University. The focus of my research was on Japanese culture, etiquettes, and nonverbal communication. A general covering of Japanese culture shows how well Japanese people live together. The Cultural Atlas, in their 2016 article on Japanese culture written by Nina Evison, discusses the general quirks of Japanese civilization. Nina Evison states, "Harmony remains a guiding philosophy in Japan that affects many features of society, especially that of family and business. Working in harmony is viewed as the crucial element for productivity." Harmony is very important for Japanese culture, as it keeps everyone balanced. The balance of Japanese folk must keep for their home life and busy work life afloat is admirable. People in Japan spend many hours at work and live in modern technological society. In bigger cities, Japanese people squeeze into trains and walk across busy streets like New York in its own way. They go back to smaller homes or apartments, living active lives. To avoid disrupting this harmony, Japanese folk are very anti-confrontational. They live their own lives in homes with or without a family to support. Japanese people have a strong sense of face. This is a way of presenting one's honor and giving it to others through compliments. Honor is important in Japanese society, and their social structure is built around it. The customs of Japanese people are formal and ritualized. My source is Comm, a cultural training company that focuses on informing the public and about other cultures. Japanese people put a lot of focus on inflection and body language, so one sentence can be taken in many different ways. The difference of inflection can mean completely opposite things. Japanese people are respectful of others and avoid disrespect as much as possible. Their respect and expressiveness is due to traditional values held by Japanese people. The focus on avoiding hostility to keep peace is apparent in their society. In Japanese business culture, business cards are taken very seriously and must be treated with care. Americans don't think much of business cards and tend to just throw them away. Japanese people, on the other hand, use them as a list of one's accomplishments, such as where they went to school, where they've worked, and where they currently work. Many nonverbal communications are important, so there are books on how to pick up on these signs to understand one another in a better fashion. Even Japanese holidays are centered around tradition and celebration. Japanese communication relies heavily on the nonverbal side of things. Point Park University and Comm were the primary sources I used. As I mentioned previously, many ways nonverbal communication is expressed in Japan are from tone of voice, facial expression, and posture. To avoid breaking the harmony, Japanese folk use nonverbal signs to help each other understand the full message behind what is being said. Frowning while someone is talking to you could represent disagreement with a speaker. Inflection of one's voice can change the meaning of a sentence. Even throwing away a business card is disrespectful. Japanese people believe turning someone down for something results in a loss of face. Japanese culture is much different to American culture, but takes many inspirations from the democratic society it has. Japanese communication relies on nonverbal cues, affected by the customs of Japanese culture, and relies on societal respect of one another. Japan is very unique, and looking from an American lens lets me understand the timidness of Japanese folk. Without learning and understanding other cultures, we would be failing to understand the people we talk to, and failing to understand results in a failure of communication. Thank you, and that's been my speech.